help you with your Facebook file. Oh. So I go over to the Virginia Campbell house, and they have a DVD case there. It's got the Bourne Identity, and then on the flip side, you'll see Harry Potter. See? Harry Potter. See, my problem with that is, we got another movie where he said, Sabrina Valentine said, "Oh, there's a guy running naked down the street." You know, they had the Harry Potter actor playing in a movie naked, and then they had the Harry Potter actor dragging him around like a dead body, like the movie Jarhead, with their little Marines dragging the dead bodies around in the desert. Yeah, I got a big problem with that. It's that crimes of passion. Let me tell you what happened. See, I called the Department of Defense back in 2011, and I also emailed the Army base. And this is why I took the football to the Army base, and then I took another football to the Police Hall of Fame. Now, the problem with that is, dragging a dead body around like jarheads. So, you got a movie with the Harry Potter guy dragging him around like a dead body. I tell you, when I called the FBI, I went to the FBI in Jacksonville, and they says, "Why are you fighting so hard for this kid and these other people ain't?" So that's a good question. You know, they're dressing her up in skimpy skirts and lipstick and shit. Fucking young kid, she was 10 years old, and they're dressing her up like a prostitute and shit. I guess they were selling her off. So they said, go to Miami, talk to public corruption in Miami, you know, crimes of passion. Oh, is that the, hey, it's Jesus, the Passion of the Christ. So, in this movie, Passion of the Christ, I'm gonna torture this guy, piss him off, and try to make a fucking little Unabomber out of him. So, I guess they didn't know about that Treadwater. Oh, Treadwater. Yeah, that's that military intelligence school that I went to. You tread water for 5 minutes in the Black River, and then you can swim in the deep end like a Navy diver. Scar on my leg, Navy diver. So, yeah, tread on fear. So he said, Army lawyer said, "Hey, Mr. Kirk has no fear. Is that the fear factor? Hey, big joke. It's funny, haha. Let me tell you what's not funny. What's not funny is when I'm over there with the Valentines and they're talking about how they chopped up their neighbors and shit. Like a episode of the Chiller. Chiller, the Chiller fucking channel. All the scary movies and shit. And it's Netflix and Chill. Chiller. Ice people. So, got a big problem with that, see. My dad said, "Happy birthday, haha." And it's supposed to be a joke. Psychological operation for psychological solutions to unbrainwash people. I says, oh. So, big problem with that is, there's a difference between psychological operation to help Americans, the training exercise, and then when I call my parents and I say, hey, someone's trying to brainwash me to kill people and shit, and, kill my parents and blow up shit. So, that's why I got a big problem with the Valentine house. There's a big difference between a training exercise, to help unbrainwash veterans and shit. As I told the veterans, it's like, hey, God needs steroids because, they got fucking men staring at goats. Remember the movie Minute, Stare at Goats? So it's like, there's people out there brainwashing people to fucking do fucked up shit. So we need some kind of training exercise to fucking unbrainwash these people. I says, yeah, I'll help you out with that. So I go over to this fucking house, and got this shit going on. I'm like, oh, well and funny. Haha. So we start going, well, what the fuck is this? Oh, well, I'm playing Jesus games because I go up here and I say, hey, look at this, it's 3 days. Hey, Jesus rose from the dead, 3 days. Hey, Jesus rose from the dead, 3 days. Now we're in a fucking hotel room, you know, and her Negative Nancy mom, she calls, for 3 days and playing snuff movie games. So I'm like, oh, fuck that. And that's when I, text my parents. Someone's trying to get me to fucking kill fucking you guys. So they're like, what the fuck's going on? So they text Sabrina Valentine, and don't worry, he's not coming over to kill us. And instead of telling me about it, she doesn't even say anything about the text message, and she scrolls up and ignores it. And my dad texts me and says, hey, which one of you guys got that text message first? I was like, what are you talking about? He says, well, I texted her and said, don't worry, you're not coming over to kill us. I says, yeah. She looked at her phone and just kind of scrolled up and acted like she didn't even get the text message. So, there you have it. That's what we call terrorist cells. What's the T-cell virus? Terrorist cell virus. Oh, you mean like, Resident Evil? Yeah, that Resident Evil that's living amongst our communities. It takes a community to protect a community. Terrorist cells are people with military intelligence, and they're sending people up to North Carolina to spy on shit. And then army people just fucking disappear, and they go big and rich, ride a cowboy, and look, I'm big, red, and rich, because playing fucked up games. Oh, it's the Black Widow, the widowers going around killing their fucking husbands and shit. Yeah, so got a big problem with that. And if she got the text message and said, hey, why is your dad fucking texting me you're gonna go over there to kill him or something, then might have been like, okay. But no, she got the text message and just scrolled up like she didn't even get a text message, and that says terrorist all over it.